Android 4.2.2 is now starting to roll out to select Nexus devices. I'm Joe Levi for PocketNow.com, and we'll go hands-on with the Nexus 7 and the latest version of Android right now. This is my Wi-Fi connected Nexus 7, and as you can see here, everything looks pretty much the same as it always has. The difference is this is running Android version 4.2.2, which is build number JDQ39. Another item to note while we're on this screen, it's still running kernel version 3.1, so not a lot of changes there. So speaking of changes, what changes are in here? Well, first and foremost, all we know, we don't have an official changelog yet, is the update said that it includes performance improvements and stability improvements. So as far as performance goes, benchmark scores were about the same, maybe a little bit slower than they were with the original version of Android that came on the Nexus 7, which was 4.1. It's about on par for 4.2.1, but not an awful lot of changes here. As far as stability goes, some people, especially on their Nexus 7, were reporting problems with random reboots. We've only run this for a couple hours, but so far haven't noticed any lags or any hangups or any random reboots or anything weird, so perhaps that was taken care of. Another thing that was potentially updated, although we don't have official documentation to this, is Bluetooth. There is a known bug with Android version 4.2.1 with Bluetooth streaming. If you want to stream your audio over Bluetooth A2DP and you change radios, basically 3G to 4G or whatnot, or down to Edge, it'll screw up your Bluetooth playback. I mean, it's awful. It hiccups, it's crappy, and it's well known. And if you use that, you hate it and you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know, if you don't use that, you don't know about it and it's not a problem. But some people are reporting improvements in the Bluetooth stack in 4.2.2, but the problem may not be solved because they're still seeing those hiccups, especially when changing radios. Everything I've shown you here has been on my Nexus 7, and it's the Wi-Fi version. Wi-Fi seems to be getting the updates before the GSM versions of the Nexus 7, just FYI. The other devices that are getting in, the Nexus 10, we've seen reports that the Nexus 10 is also getting the update. If you want to check and see if you are in queue, you simply go in here to Settings, About Tablet, System Updates, and Check Now. If that says you're up to date, it means that your particular batch or your particular country is up to date and the new update hasn't been released for your particular device or in your particular location. So just be patient unless you don't want to, and then I've got a trick for you. If you have a Galaxy Nexus, the GSM version, specifically the Google version, you can also get this update. If you've got the Samsung version, who knows when, but you can convert your Samsung Galaxy Nexus over to a Google Galaxy Nexus by just converting from Yakju to Takju, and then you can get updates straight from Google. It does require a wipe of the device though, so just be aware of that. Kind of conspicuously absent is the Nexus 4. We don't know why, but the Nexus 4 hasn't gotten this update just yet. At least not as of this filming. If you have a Nexus 4 and you've gotten the update, let us know in the comments. We want to know. That'd be awesome. We haven't seen anything else, but one last thing to show you is, if you take a look, this is the Chrome browser, and this is one of the biggest complaints that people had when going from the Android version that came with the Nexus 7 up to 4.2.1. So it came with 4.1, we upgraded to 4.2.1, and all of a sudden the Chrome browser got super laggy and it was just a terrible experience, and it made some people go to other browsers. As you can see here, we're zooming, we're scrolling, and it's doing pretty well. I haven't noticed much of that lag even when changing to other tabs and whatnot. Inside the Chrome browser, it still has its areas where it's a little bit slower than the stock browser that you're familiar with from other versions of Android, but all in all, it's an improvement. Tell me what you think, if you've seen different performance in your browser and on your device, in the comments over at PocketNow.com. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up, and if you want that tip or trick on how you can get this right now, we've got instructions and source files for you to sideload Android 4.2.2 on your Nexus 7, Galaxy Nexus, or Nexus 10 over on the article at PocketNow.com. There's a link right down in the bottom for you to get all of those, so head over and do that right now. No root, no voiding of warranties required. For For Pocket Now, showing off Android 4.2.2, I'm Joe Levi. Thanks for watching.